All right, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. We watched some TV last night and ate some ice cream, low carb ice cream. Mary likes that ice cream. Just want to talk to people about God and who I think He is and who I think people believe He is. Trying to drive at the same time. I'll tell you, God is no pussy. He's not this guy that you think lives in the sky and has all these nice thoughts every day. God is surrounded by killers. God is not a pussy by any means. He's a very, very tough individual. And I'll give you a good example. And I'm going to use either your mom or your dad as an example of God in your life with your parents. I don't know if you're afraid of your father or your mother. One of them, most people are afraid of their father or their mother. I didn't have either in my life. So I'm not in fear of parenting. I've been a business owner since 26, so I've never been worried about people telling me what to do. I'm not an employee. At the age of 17, I was managing restaurants, working 70, 80 hours a week at 17 years old, the Reagan years, when you can do overtime. And God is not a pussy, And so what I'm getting at is when you get in trouble at school, whatever the case may be, or your mom would say, hey, wait till your dad gets home. You would have this fear. Or the other one is, if you knew who your dad was and you knew what he was capable of doing, just your dad or your mom, like you knew what your crazy ass mom would do to you when she find out that you did X, Y, and Z, you're going to get it, right? You're going to get it. And so the fear is there. The fear of your mother coming home, and when she finds out, oh man, hell is going to break loose. Or your father, as soon as he gets home and he found out you did this and that, and man, when he gets home, you're going to just hope that he spares you your life. You're going to hope that he lets you live when he finds out what the fuck you did, right? So God is no pussy, and neither am I. And so don't let the notion, or don't let my kindness fool you. Don't let my love for God fool you. I'm a true warrior, and I am a true person that has God with him in all of his might. And so you don't want to fuck with God or your dad or your mother. And that's the kind of fear you have to have for God. The reason why is because he doesn't fuck around. God does not play about his business, and he doesn't play about his chosen. And I am truly chosen. And being attacked is one of the things that Jesus said we would go through. And so what I'm telling the world is, you think God is someone who's just all loving and all glorious and all, hey man, so is your dad. And so is your mom. But piss them off. And you're going to find the devil. And that's why I tell people, God is my father and the devil's my uncle. So act accordingly. If you attack me, I'm not going to take the high road. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to kill you. I'm definitely not going to be no pussy and get everybody involved to get behind me to talk about you. And that's what most people do with me, because they can't confront me. They're not intelligent enough. They don't know how to put words together, and they don't know how to talk for themselves. They're just envious and angry. And if you're a person that's successful, well, they're treating you the same as well. No matter how kind you are, they're taking your kindness for weakness. Only because you shine. and that they realize that they really don't matter. And so that's what really happens in this world. And so what God does is the same thing as anybody else. You know, if you're out of line or whatever the case may be, and you act up in this world, and God wants to give it to you, let me tell you something. He loved Job. I'll say that again. He loved Job, and he gave to him abundantly, just like he does to me. And he takes everything away from Job. He lets the devil go and run his life and run havoc on his life, as happened to me and probably to you too. And so the whole deal with God and Job, and remember, you think God's all loving. He sent the devil to his house and killed and robbed and stole. What do you think he's going to do to you when you're not his favorite? You're not even chosen. You're still an employee. But you have big dreams, and that's good. But you should have them with God. There's nothing in this world that you need that God can't give you. The only thing you need in this world is peace and health. The love comes from within. God lives in you. So when you decide to be who you are, you run with the wrong crowd, you think you're tough, you're doing drugs, you're on your meth, you're on your kick high with your cocaine and all these fast women that are going to put you in jail, you know, where you have nothing and probably washing underwear to eat a soup, because that's where I see most of these guys go, and some of these girls. And so those are the real facts. That's true life. And believe it or not, that's when these people want to find God. And that's fine. That's totally fine. You can find God in jail. You can find God in prison. You can ask and hope for God when you go to hell. You know, if there is a hell. I know there's hell here on earth. That's what I do know. Hell is here on earth. But so is heaven. And so is manifestations. And being the best version of yourself. To receive those two things. Peace and health. Love comes from within because God lives in you. The world is set up as a stage to condemn you and see if you realize that you're Job and that you can do anything and have the power for anything and to replenish everything that you lost. Because the devil is here on this earth and he runs it. So even though Job went through what he went through a lot of blessings. The guy was rich. And then the devil says, well, you know, you give him too much. Let's take him down a notch. Let's put him down. Just like most people here on this earth try to do to most people that are trying to be successful. And so God says, you know what? No matter what you do to him, just don't kill him. And I bet you, no matter what you try to offer him, whatever you do to him, whatever comes his way, when you try to scare him, nothing's going to faze him. Because he is connected to me. He's connected to Source. He's connected to God. And Job was fully connected to God. No matter what his wife said, his kids said, how crazy it was, what he was doing was wrong, to just give up on God, which I've been told that by, I'm not going to say who, but someone very close to me. And I don't know anybody, so you only know who's close to me. To not to believe in God for anything that you know, and God gives you money. You know, God gives you everything. God gives you health. God gives you everything. I received almost 6 figures this year. Received already, big part of it already. I own a business, and this money is given to me. So we're going to just leave it at that. Okay? Things happen. Accidents happen. Things need to be paid. But there's a lot of money. All right? So... but it's not about money. It's about serving God and just you and your own purpose, not you and your purpose with God to do something for someone else. Everything I'm doing it for God. I'm not even doing it for me. I get nothing out of this. I get nothing out of putting myself out here. I don't get paid for this. Well, actually I do. I'm lying. I get paid very well for what I do. And you say, well, how do you get paid? Well, I just told you what happened. I just collect a lot of money. But like, just anything and everything, God will give it to you. My business, I got in an accident, but getting started up again. Google, I know I'm going to make, instead of $1,000 a day, $3,000 a day. $1,000 a day is $30,000 a month. I can do that by myself. I did that with some old machines and old stuff. Now I'm getting some new stuff from the accident. All right. So there's a lot of money. And then, God blesses me with these games. And you see how blessed I am. You just walk in there and just give it to me. That's real food money. That's real money that can go to food. Now, I'm not saying I keep all that money. I probably lost more money than I made because I don't care about money. Now, that sounds weird, but that's how money comes and is attracted to you. I'm not attracted to money. Money is attracted to me. And that's how it works. That's just part of the matrix that we're living in, how to get the money to you. So, once again, God is not a pussy. You're going to go through this shit. You're going to get hurt. The world's going to push you down. People are going to try to convince you to run with them, to be with them, to whether it's a church, a clique, anybody, anything out there is going to try to bring you in. You feel lost. You feel like no one understands you, or you just don't understand anything, that you don't know what really is going on. And sometimes that's where the churches get most of the people, how they trap you, because you don't know what's going on. And it's usually the church that'll get to you first. Maybe not. Maybe the gangs get to you first and you're a gang member, but then the church comes because the gang member stuff doesn't work. It goes absolutely nowhere. And the church is vice versa. It's no different. It doesn't work. The church does not work. The church condemns you and asks you for money. But if you have a problem, they're not going to give you money. They're going to say they do this, they do that, they do missions. They do missions to go somewhere else to plant and build other businesses. Church is a business. They have buildings. It's a business. Jesus never had a business. Jesus never had a church. Okay? And so God lives within you. Your kingdom is your dome. You're the king of your dome and your thoughts and what you can create. You're a creator. They even say it on YouTube, Facebook. You're a content creator. You're creating content. So the world is your stage. And so the deal is everybody's going through it right now. I'm not, because I don't believe in anything. I know I can create what I need to create. But I also know that I'm going to have obstacles. I'm going to have the devil trying to do whatever he can to separate my consciousness to God. By putting me in turmoil, by trying to threaten me or put people in your way, or whatever it is trying to control you, to separate you from God. It's no different from Job. No different. Whoever's listening to this message, we are all Job. We are all favored by God. Every single one of us is chosen. Everybody. Now, who do you choose? Who do you go to? You still have your own choice. You have the devil, you have God. You're here on your own free will. Job had his own free will. And the devil could do anything he wanted to. Man, he gave it to him good. Well, who do you think did that? God. So you're a target, man. Don't think you're not a target. You're a freaking target for hell to get on. And if you jumped on that bandwagon of whatever the world had to offer you when you were walking this earth, that's who you are today. And that's what's coming back to you. So if you're a preacher, what's going to come back to you? If you're this, whatever you are is going to come back to you. Whatever you put out into this world. So God lives in you. God lives in you. And when you decide to go the other way, killer or rapist or gang member or club member or whatever is out there that makes people feel some kind of way by wearing something or doing something, even a police officer, they're horrible. They're egotistical. They're no different from anybody else. They're an organization of oppression. And then they have to live that same life because they have to live that life of oppression to themselves. Police officers just can't go anywhere. They can't just show up anywhere. They're going to get attacked. And if they do go somewhere, they have to carry their weapon. And if they do carry their weapon, they have to go with multiple people. They can't just be relaxed at any point in time, because this is what they did to themselves. And that's in every category of joining anything, even the church. The churches are being attacked, whether it's a Jewish community or Christian community or Catholics, or whatever the media has to say for that day. They're going to get attacked, and y'all guys follow suit. Everything is a lie and a play, and just like some of these things that are coming out, how come China's our biggest threat to in war, but we buy billions and trillions of stuff for them every year. So nothing is what you think it is. It's all a dog and pony show. But what I will tell you is not a dog and pony show, is your relationship with God and Job's relationship with God. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off by saying to you that Job picked God. Job chose God. Job chose his faith. No matter what was happening to him, no matter who was attacking him, no matter who died, no matter his finances, no matter what most people said to him was to run away from God because he was cursed, he still believed and chose God. And that's why God chose me. Because no matter what I go through, what I've been through, God has shown his face to me over and over and over again. And I can't go anywhere else but to God. I chose him no matter what I've been through, no matter how low I was. I always told my mom, I'm being punished by God. And I lost everything. I lost my first business. I gave up everything. I just quit everything. I quit it. I sold everything. And I took a time out to be with God. And that's what really happened. And that's how time out was born. But I lost everything. I lost my mind. I mean, you can just imagine. But like I said, when I was talking to my mom being punished, remember, I'm a business owner, and I gave away everything because I knew something was wrong. And I had to start over. And that's exactly what I did. I took a time out. And so God showed up again, like he always has. And I chose him. No matter what I was going through, no matter if the devil was showing up himself, no matter what was offered to me, I chose God. And now I am where I am now. And I'm sitting very, very nice in my life. I'm at the grocery store. I'm going to eat some steak and eggs this morning. Okay? And it has nothing to do with the games. It has nothing to do with money or bills. None of this exists. None of it. And that's the hardest part for y'all to understand. And it's okay with that. But what I do need you to do through your roughest times that you created, where you are right now, is what you created for yourself. You can physically get out of the situation you're in just by your thoughts. Not by saying, oh, this is coming. Who are all these people? It doesn't happen like that. These people that are manifesting, I am proven manifestation right in front of you. They're all on my videos. Everything that I'm doing is manifesting right in front of you. I predict things. I'm doing things in real time. This is not bullshit. And once again, I've helped y'all before by letting y'all know that you just tell yourself, I don't get sick. And you have to believe it. That's how it starts. Just start with that one. Tell yourself every day, I don't get sick. I don't care if the doctor says you have this. You tell them, I don't get sick. And you keep telling yourself that. And you believe it. You believe it. And I guarantee you, the next time you go to the doctor, they're going to say, bro, I don't know what you did. And then that is God in you. That is showing them that God is real. And that is what he's doing to everybody out here that sees me as fat, old, ugly, this, that, the other. Listen, I'm successful, not by me, but by God, and I'm not even trying. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you helped you out a little bit. You can always talk to me 24/7, okay? God is my father, 616@gmail.com. I'm going to repeat that one more time. God is my father, 616@gmail.com. If you ever need prayer or you want some type of advice, listen, you can ask me anything. I don't care if you're a doctor, psychiatrist. Listen, I'm in the spiritual realm, all right? And I'm in other places that most can't go, is what they say. And I've been there, okay? And I have a lot of great positive answers for anybody. If you want to kill yourself, if you want to talk about your ex-wife, your ex-husband, what they did to you, if there's anything I can do to help you and to pray for you, I will. Now, if you want to step in my face and say things to me, I'm not the guy who's going to walk away. I will literally fuck you up. And I'm not scared to die. All right? So have a wonderful day. And remember, God is always watching you. Bet.